So we are sitting here with one light in the almost dark because we are doing a review of the Luci light solar light.
Tiny House Prepper.
Hi there everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth with Tiny House Prepper.
Now, a couple of weeks ago we did a video about surviving a winter storm without power for a few days. And during that video I mentioned the Luci light, which is a solar powered rechargeable light. And I said that we would do a more in-depth review. So, welcome to our review.
Yes.
Now what we have above us here is one Luci light. And I didn't know how it was going to work with the camera, but it seems to be working fine.
Yep.
And actually, this is bright enough. We could read by this, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It surprises me.
Yep.
It's really nice.
We have this one hanging up here, and we have another one sitting over there, facing up, that's bouncing off. And so we have two lights in here, and you can see the kind of light we have.
Right. You can probably see well enough to tell my hair is wet. I just got done swimming. Okay. That's a woman thing, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead on.
But I think I'm going to turn the actual lights on so the camera does a little bit better job so we can talk about the rest of the review of the Luci light.
Yep, they work really well.
Yep. So this is the Luci light. First thing you notice about it, it comes like this, flat. And it has a little nozzle, a little thing right here, so you can blow it up like a beach ball. And then you get this, and it's a little beach ball.
Yep.
It's waterproof. It'll float. Elizabeth said that she thought it should have a bunch of them floating in a pool at night. That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Like at night in a swimming pool outside and have a bunch of them bobbing around because they're waterproof. It would be so neat looking.
It really would. It has a little solar charging panel here in the front, and the control buttons are right here. Now, when we first started using this, we had trouble figuring out how to use it because we'd set it this way on a desk or something like that, and it wasn't bright enough because all the light was just going right down. So then we tried it this way, and it really worked much better. It was lighting up the whole room, but it's so bright, you can see there.
Yeah, you don't want to look right at it.
It's so bright that if it's down sitting on a desk, you walk past it, it'll blind you. We couldn't figure out how to use it. And then by chance I stumbled on this. Right behind us we have all those hooks where we have our travel mugs, and one of them was empty because the mug was over in the kitchen sink. I saw that empty mug, I saw that empty hook, and I went over and I just hooked it up there, just like this, right above us, and it worked perfectly.
Yes.
You see the video at the beginning before I turned the lights on, and that was hanging up there. It lights up the entire room because it's up high, and the brightest part comes straight out. You see, you can actually use it like a flashlight.
Yeah.
And so the flashlight part was pointing straight down at us, bright enough to read, and it was coming out the sides and lighting up the whole room. It was really a wonderful, once we discovered out how to use it, it's a wonderful way to do it.
Yeah, and you're not going to typically look up at it. We don't have to be looking up, and so we don't have to worry about it being way too bright for our eyes.
Right. And then we had the other one sitting over on the other wall, up high, upside down, facing the ceiling, and so the light was bouncing all around.
Yeah.
And you saw how light it was. It was really, it picked up on the camera much better than I thought it would.
Yes, it gives a nice indirect lighting if you can find some place to put it facing up, so that it's out of your line of sight.
Right.
It can work really nice.
Now there was only one thing about this that was really kind of a problem, and that was, oh, let me show you. Low, high, and blinky.
Yeah, must be for like emergencies or something to get the blinky going.
But let me show you the one thing that was kind of a problem is the turn on buttons. There's two buttons right here. One of them shows you how much charge is in it. See, this is getting pretty low. There's three dots there, and there's only one shining. So it's about out. This other one is the power button right there. That's it. You push that to turn it on. Here's the problem. These are flush.
Yeah, it's all waterproof. It's inside the plastic.
You can't even feel them. So that means if you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to turn one of these on, if you pick it up, you won't be able to find the buttons. It's a real difficult situation. So what I discovered was that there's the handle right here. It's a plastic handle. It goes straight across. So I would hold it so that the plastic handle was going straight across, and then you can feel just little indentations. It's like reading Braille. Little indentations there, and then I had to memorize that the right one is for the power button, shows you how much power you got, and the left one turns it on. But then I would get it like this, and I'm trying to figure out, you know, and I couldn't feel it. It has to be this way. And then Elizabeth mentioned, well, this thing is on the bottom. So make sure this is on the bottom, and this is straight across, and then you can feel it. You can just enough barely feel that to be able to turn it on. Once I figured out how to do that, then it was usable. It's still a pain, but it's usable.
Right, absolutely.
To pick it up in the dark and turn it on. But that's the only bad thing, the only negative thing that I have to say about that. Other than that, we really like them.
It's neat to me what the inflating does, because this is still a nice bright light. This is the low in setting in this one, but look at the difference when we turn it on when it's all inflated. It's like it forms its own.
Well, you can't tell here, but it's dispersing it more.
Yes, it's like putting the chimney onto a lantern. It just spreads the light and disperses it a little bit more.
Right.
Although even flat, this can still work about like a flashlight.
Right.
So anyway, I just think that's a neat point.
Yeah. Now, I wondered how long it was going to last. So.
Yeah.
During the storm when we didn't have power, I didn't test it because I was trying to conserve as much as we had.
Yeah.
And we have 3 of them, and we just kind of rotated them through.
Right.
But after the storm, I tested it. I made sure it was fully charged, and then I turned it on in about the middle of the afternoon. And about 9 o'clock, about 3 o'clock or something like that, in the middle of the afternoon. And at midnight, when I was ready to go to bed, it was still on. Still burning bright. So I turned it off and went to bed. The next day, I turned it back on again. I looked at the clock, and when it finally went out, it had 13.5 hours of lighting time on a full charge.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Those LED lights are amazing, and even that small battery, lasted for 13.5 hours.
Yep. And when it went out, it didn't get dim. It stayed at full blast, full bright, and then all of a sudden it turned off like I had hit the switch.
I kind of like that. I'd rather it just turns off than to get weaker and weaker and weaker. You know, it's nice. You just use it in.
The only thing there is that if it starts to get weaker, you know it's getting dim, and here you don't know that. I guess that's why they have this button, so it shows you how much battery charge there's in it.
I guess you can check it.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So 13.5 hours of lighting, illumination time. Now, then to recharge it. The next day I put it in the window, and it actually took 2 full days to recharge. Now, 2 things about that. One is that both days were partly cloudy, so the sun was in and out. I didn't have full sun the whole day, and took 2 days with partly cloudy. The other thing is that this was completely dead when I put it in there. I think that if you were going to use it for an evening, 5 or 6 hours in the evening, turn it off when you go to bed, and then charge it, and you've only got like half of the charge is gone, because you only used it for 6 hours instead of 13.5, then I'm pretty confident that it would completely recharge the next day and you'd be good to go.
Yeah.
But also, like I said, we have 3. We're probably going to get 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
And if you have numerous ones like that, then you can rotate them through as well. So you're never going to really have an issue with that.
Right. It just seems to me like it's not going to be at all unlikely that we can just keep something charged and have the light whenever we need it.
Now we're planning, we're going to have more of these, and when we start traveling in our cottage.
Yeah, in our little cottage.
In our travel trailer. When we're boondocking, of course we'll have lights in there from the house battery, but until we get a solar panel on top of there, which is our eventual goal, but until we do that, we'll probably use these at night to try to conserve our house battery in the trailer as much as we can, because 2 of these in there would be all that we would need.
Right, and it really is a pleasant light, and if you set it up correctly, you really can read by it. So I'm impressed with it.
You can set it up outside, when you're out sitting out watching the stars or a fireplace, or you can hang them up in the trees. When you're camping in a tent, you can hang them in the trees. You can hang them from the tent pole because they're inside because they're real lightweight.
Yep.
When we got this was the only one that they had, and it's clear. But now they have them in like opaque, and they have them different colors, and they have them Christmas ones with hollies on them, and they have. I saw a Halloween one with a witch going across where it all it all illuminates up with it, from the pictures from behind. So it's pretty cool. Go ahead.
Well, the other thing was we actually had a comment from one of our viewers that was saying that they know that you can get these that actually have a USB charger in them.
Yes.
And now if that really works well and you can really charge enough to really do that, that impresses me.
Now we haven't tried that yet.
Yeah,
the
we
one,
haven't had a chance to get one yet.
You can plug your cell phone in to charge it. We haven't tried that yet, so I can't vouch for how well it works. But I do know that they've just come up with that new version of the Luci light.
And if we do get a chance to get them, they're more expensive.
Yeah.
You said they cost more. But that'd be very worth it because we know these charge well. We'd have to see how long everything lasts. But if we ever get a chance to and we get one of those, we'll let you guys know what we think of it.
So cost. On Amazon, there's, of course, many different places that sell it, but they were anywhere from about $15 to $19 a piece for these. Of course, the one with the USB was more. It was probably 25 or 30, something like that. But I think it's well worth the time. I mean, well worth the investment. We really like these.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And we have just started. Very first, just opened up kind of our own little Amazon store.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we now have our Amazon store. So I'll put a link below. If you're interested in buying these, you can just follow the link. It'll take you right to a page that has a whole bunch of different ones. And if you buy, through our link, then you're supporting us without it costing you any extra money. If you buy one of these, we'll make about a quarter.
Yeah. Well, every little bit's nice.
So check out the link below to buy one if you want it.
Yeah. We mainly just wanted to make sure and let you guys know how impressed we've been with these, and what a good preparation emergency light they really are. Yeah. So. Okay.
So if you've liked this review, if you enjoyed hearing about it, then give us a like down below. That helps us a lot. Of course, don't forget to subscribe.
I have an idea.
What's that?
I have an idea.
Okay.
We'll turn the light off.
Turn the light off.
Yeah, just turn the other lights off.
You're sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So if you like this video, please hit the like button because it really helps us a lot. And we'd love it if you would subscribe. And we appreciate you guys. So,
You're goofy.
I know. Anyway, we love you guys, and thanks for watching our video. And they're neat lights.
All right. You have a great evening.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.